So, I, Ella, 28F, am getting married this October. My fiancée, 29M, and I have been planning for almost 2 years, and I finally found the dress last winter. It's a very specific style: satin, sweetheart neckline, and dramatic lace sleeves. I cried when I put it on. It's unique, romantic, and very me. My older brother, 31M, got engaged a few months ago to Sophie, 30F. She's always been competitive with me, not outright mean, but if I get a certain bag, suddenly she's always wanted it. If I post a hairstyle, she's suddenly been thinking about trying the same thing. I've just brushed it off. Anyway, last week we had a small family dinner at my parents' house, and Sophie excitedly announced that she'd picked her wedding dress. They're getting married next year. She pulled up a photo on her phone and my jaw actually dropped. It was almost identical to mine, same fabric, same neckline, same lace sleeves, same long train. The only difference was a slightly different beading pattern. I tried to keep my face neutral, but my mom immediately glanced at me like, oh no. My fiancé actually said, wait, isn't that basically Ella's dress? Sophie laughed and said, yeah. When I saw hers, I realized how gorgeous that style is. I hope you don't mind, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. I told her, as calmly as I could, that I did mind. I said I'd spent a long time finding something that felt special to me, and I wanted to be the only one wearing the dress. She rolled her eyes and said, it's not like people will remember in a year. I told her she was free to wear whatever she wanted, but that I felt it was disrespectful to copy my dress so closely before I've even walked down the aisle. She got defensive and accused me of trying to control her choices. My brother later texted me saying I'd hurt her feelings and that it's just a dress. Now, my mom's on my side, my dad says it's not worth the drama, and my brother isn't speaking to me at the moment. I feel like this is common sense, but maybe I overreacted? By the way, she was at the bridal fitting. So AITA? Edit. This is not my story. I am 15 and my aunt is getting married. She said she wanted an outside opinion, so I asked if I could share it here. She wrote this and sent it to me. Top comment reads, it is not just a dress. It's dress for one of the most important occasions. However, if the brother feels it's just a dress, then he should tell his bride-to-be to pick a different one. NTA. Someone replied, honestly, given that the brother's fiancé seems set in copying every aesthetic she takes up, clothes, hairstyles, etc., it feels like she's trying to be the sister. NTA, and I'd start pointing out the things to the brother, make him see the connection. Tell him it's really weird his fiancé seems to want to be his sister. She's creepy. I get the feeling she's just obnoxious and thinks she'll just look so much better than you. Barring that, make sure you take a truly absurd amount of pictures of you in your dress, like hundreds. Then as she starts planning her wedding, absolutely flood any social media you have of you in your dress. Then if she does do it, she's just gonna look like a copycat with no taste of her own. Another remarked, stop sharing your life with her. She'll steal your baby names and nursery decor too. Feed her lies and laugh when the truth comes out. Don't tell her you're trying for a baby, going to Paris for your honeymoon. Stop every bit of it. How do you think OP should handle this situation? Comment below. I can't have gluten, and when I go to parties with my husband's side, there's never food I can eat there. That's fine. I brought my own food the last time when my mother-in-law explicitly told me the day before the party that there would be no food there for me, and she would have a bag of potatoes I could microwave and put butter on. I brought my own food, and it was a huge deal. Everyone thought I was rude. Another birthday party today, and my husband said I should just eat before I go. I've also done this before, and then I just sit there awkwardly when everyone is eating. I don't have a solution that makes them happy. Update. So I packed a lunchbox today. I kept it in the car when we got there, and I went to help my sister-in-law get the food from the car, and it was pizza and Jimmy John's. I thought maybe they thought of me today. When I opened it, the sandwiches had bread. So I went and got my lunchbox from the car, and my mother-in-law said, you brought your own food? I'm like, yeah, what else am I supposed to eat? She said, sister-in-law had fruit salad. Update number 2. I asked my husband what his opinion was on the food situation. He said, I don't have an opinion. Food has always been an issue, you know how my mom is. And I said, yeah, I know, but me not having food, you don't think that's shitty? And you don't think that them giving me dirty looks and saying stuff when I bring my own isn't shitty? And he's like, I told you how to avoid all of that and you didn't listen. Just eat before. I'm like, I don't see how you think that's okay. And he said, no one is thinking about you with food. They just don't think about, I wonder what my name is going to eat. They're just getting what everyone likes. You're making it into a bigger deal than it needs to be. I would simply stop going to any dinner on your husband's side. If his family can't be more considerate and make at least one dish that you could eat, then what is the point of being a part of a family that won't accept that you have a food allergy? You also have a husband problem since he's not defending you and not explaining to your family how dangerous your allergy can be. Time to take a giant step back from his family. They're showing that they really don't give two crap about you. Another commented, if people have severe celiac, then even families with the best of intentions will have trouble making anything that has zero chance of even a crumb of gluten contamination. My family member with celiac always brings her own food and quietly prepares and eats along with everyone else. No big deal unless some of OP's in-laws are simply complete insensitive idiots. So, bit of a long story and slightly misleading title because he's my fiancé, not my husband. Yet. For context, my partner and I have worked at the same company for over 5 years. He, 30 male, is a software engineer, and I, 31 female, have been here about 6 years. My first year doesn't count because I started as a temp. I work in the online training division, which was supposed to be a team of 5 to 7 people, but is now just 2, me and 1 co-worker. The company reallocated our other positions to other departments, but we handle creating and developing the company's online learning, designing assets, and managing the LMS, yet our job titles don't match what we actually do. Mine technically says I'm a subject matter expert who teaches in-person classes, and a title change would put us in a much better pay position. Our boss at the time was working on changing our titles, but budget issues stalled that. Eventually, the company decided to hand our small team off to another department to be someone else's problem. About 3 years ago, we were moved to the technology team, coincidentally the same one my fiancé is on. We don't work on the same projects and have nothing to do with each other's work. It is just a coincidence. Since then, our new bosses and HR have been working on our titles and duties, bouncing ideas back and forth. 3 years later, nothing has happened. Today, my fiancé got a call from HR. They told him that because a new hire under him would be making more than he does, he is getting a 10K raise right before his annual percentage raise next month, and that a big promotion is also on the way. I let him enjoy his news, congratulated him, but I'm seething. Our tiny team is drowning in work, and we've been ignored despite taking our concerns to HR and our bosses. My coworker is looking for another job, and I'm mentally preparing to become a team of 1. Now I'm angry, not at him personally, but because I can't be as happy for him as I want to be. His success will benefit both of us, but I'm exhausted from years of hoping for changes we were promised. I don't want my frustration to spill over onto him. I can't help but feel like it's 'cause he's a man, and our whole team besides us are men. Our one boss is horribly misogynistic, so it very well could be. I know he's not rubbing it in or anything, but am I the a-hole for being jealous and mad at him? Comment YTA for stewing over this situation for years, but not doing anything to improve it. Workplace is not your blood family. Just dust off your CV and leave them behind. Show the same level of care as they have shown you.